Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the hay content, because it's hot and a good workout. So hopefully you guys are enjoying it. So I'm trying to get all the good footage I can of it. But today I still got some hay to bale, but it's the morning, so still gotta wait on the dew to dry off and then go rake it in a couple hours. So I figured, why not work on that case 1816C that I hauled in a couple videos ago. But before we get into that, I need to read a Bible verse over you guys. And today it's coming out of Isaiah chapter 63, verse 7. And it says, "I will make known the Lord's faithful love and the Lord's praiseworthy acts, because of all the Lord has done for us, even the many good things he has done for the house of Israel, and has done for them based on his compassions and the abundance of his faithful love." So there's today's Bible verse for you guys. I'll keep cranking them out. So the little 1816C, as you guys have seen in a previous video, hauled it in. It's been sitting in this lady's barn for years. And I got it home, the battery was just gone, so I went to Rural King and I bought a new battery for it, and then all I could get it to do was click, click, click. So then I took this panel loose and to see what the starter was doing, and the starter wasn't doing nothing. So I got the starter pulled out this morning off camera, and I'm ready to put the new starter in. So ordered a new starter here. It was like 90 bucks or something. Here's the old starter. As you can tell, it looks like it won't at work. But it's fairly easy to get to. I think the mice are what ruined half the stuff. But the flywheel came off there pretty easy. And then, yeah, there's only 2 bolts holding that starter in there and the positive wire. So all I gotta do now is slap that new starter in, put that wire back on the starter, slap the flywheel back on, and then I can see if it does anything or not. I also did get some new spark plugs for it. So hopefully that's all I need. But I guess if it needs a carb clean or whatever, then I guess I better just go through all of it. But if it runs great, then I ain't gonna touch any of it. I'm just gonna give it a good wash, air the tires up, put the roll cage back on it, and get it sold. So I guess I'll set you guys on the time-lapse mode now. I can get this starter slapped in there, put the flywheel back on, see if I can't get it to roar to life. All right, so I got the new starter in there and the flywheel back on, and I had to put this cover back on just because to connect all that stuff and the linkages and whatnot. So went ahead, threw that cover on. I'll throw that one on in a minute if this thing even runs. So set you guys back on tripod now and see if I can't get to fire up. Smells a little flooded now, but hey, we've made progress. I tried to fire a couple times. So I'm gonna grab the battery charger, put it on there just to maintain the battery while cranking. start getting super close. Now the question is, will it move? So let's find out. Dang. This thing ran better than I expected. Now that this little thing runs, it's kind of exciting. It didn't move. I mean, it tried to move, but it sounded like it was starving. So I'm wondering if all of the oil hasn't drained out of, all the hydraulic oil drained out of it. So I'm gonna go find some hydraulic oil and put in it. See if that does anything. But the loader seems to operate great, so I'm surprised it even fired up that easy. I figured I was gonna have to do like a carb clean or clean points and put plugs in it and whatnot, but fired up a lot easier than I expected. So that's a good sign and a blessing. But yeah, I guess what I should do now is put the hydraulic fluid in, go ahead and throw the seat back on it, and the other panel that I have, and I'll go ahead and tighten up other few things and go from there. So maybe I'll have this thing up and ready for sale here in a couple days. That'd be pretty exciting. So I'll set you guys down and get to work. So there is no fluid on the dipstick, so I'm sure that's why it's not moving. So thankfully I have all this oil here and can dump some of it in it. And hopefully hit the hole. It's a big enough hole, I should be able to hit it, I'd imagine. Oh yeah, we're on the stick. I guess now, let's see if it fires back up and we'll move under its own power. Ooh. I mean, maybe we got some bigger issues now. Huh. We gotta take all this back apart. If you look in here, the teeth, maybe if it'll focus, the teeth aren't exactly lining up, so it's not sounding too hot. I guess I didn't have it adjusted right when I put the starter on. So I'm gonna have to loosen this cover back up and get in there and try to push it over to line up the starter better with the flywheel. And then it should be ready to go after that. So I just took it all apart, and somehow the starter bolts had loosened. So the starter had wiggled loose. That's why it didn't line up good. But now it's lined up good. Everything's tight, back on. So let's see if it'll fire back up now and move under its own power. I'll put some air in the tires first. Maybe that'll help it out a little bit. See if it does anything now. Like a glove. So it kind of moved. Didn't sound too well though. I think what the deal is why it don't sound too good is that pump's really loose. But why the left side ain't moving is because if you can't tell, that it should be moving. And it's, well, there it kind of went, but it's not moving. This one, the right hand, is only going backwards. And only sometimes, so I think that's why it's not moving, barely. So I'll have to look into that, because it's trying to. It just, I think, needs some tightened up, and then it'll be ready to go. And all three tires, or 3 out of the 4 tires held air. This one's got a hole in it. I tried to put air in it, and it just leaked it all out. So if it drives and moves and operates as it should, then I am going to probably either order all new 4 tires or at least 2 new tires for the thing and go from there. So I'm gonna sit you guys down, see if I can't figure this out, and then pick you guys up if I do get it figured out. All right, so I'm kind of an idiot on this thing. This has nothing to do with the moving part. This is all loader. So, and then as you can see, the parking brake, it says down for off and up for on. Oh, that's not the parking brake, that's to move the clutch. But while I was off camera, well, let me just set you guys on the tripod. I turned it on and played with that lever, and it might have started moving. So let me set you guys on the tripod now and see if it moves or not. Well, there you guys go. You've seen it move. This is not no parking brake. This is what engages the clutch, enabling it to move or not. So went ahead and threw this panel on off camera as well. And I need to go ahead and put the seat on. So at least I am sitting on something other than metal. So here's the seat. Needs a new seat. I might get a new seat. It just depends how quick it sells. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and put it all back together, put that piece back in the floor, put the seat on like I said, and then I still need to button up some stuff in the engine bay as well, just panels and stuff. And then I will come over here and grab my skid loader and then grab this roll cage here and put it back on there so this thing ain't a death trap, because this thing would roll over pretty easy. And the only reason it's off of there is because the lady I got it from used to be a huge hog farmer, and they'd clean the stalls out with this. And so that's why I didn't have no cage on it. But for anyone else, it's a death hazard without that cage on it. So I'm gonna go ahead, and it makes it look better. So I'm gonna go ahead and slap it on here so that I can get pictures of it, get it listed on Facebook, and hopefully get it sold here. But if I don't, I'll give it some more love and get it really cleaned up nice and neat. And yeah, have a decent little tiny skid steer that I have no use for. It's way too small for me, but someone has use for it. And if it don't sell, I put it on auction time, and I know it'll sell that way. So yeah, I guess I'll set you guys on the tripod now when I go to put that roll cage on, and hopefully get it all buttoned up. Just like that, a $90 starter and a $50 battery turned this $1,500 skid steer into a $4,500 skid steer. So if you guys are interested in this machine, feel free to reach out to me. I want $4,500 for it without the backhoe attachment, $5,000 with the backhoe attachment. So seems to be a good little unit here. Be perfect for someone. And if it don't sell for what I'm asking, then I might give it a little bit more love. But for now, $4,500, the way it sits. You guys have seen it run and drive. I just threw a box there in the seat to make it a little comfier because I ain't got a seat for it. Threw that panel in there. And yeah, I got the roll cage all bolted down. And also everything in the engine bay put back together, as you guys can see. Could use a good wash. I might give it a good wash, but for now, this is how it's gonna sit. Because I got hay to rake and hay to bale. So glad this, about 2 hours of work. Pretty much doubling my money now. So definitely worth it. And yeah, if you guys are interested, feel free to reach out to me. It'll be listed on Marketplace on Facebook. Or you can shoot me an email and get in touch with me that way. Over here, I'm about to show you the backhoe attachment. Here's the backhoe attachment. It overall is in super good shape. Might need a couple hoses, but that's just from sitting. But cylinder looks to be in good shape. Bucket's in good shape. Overall is in pretty good shape. If you just want the backhoe attachment, that's $1,000. If that's all you want. But we'll sell that backhoe attachment with skid loader for $5,000. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video of me resurrecting this Case 1816C. Definitely glad that I got it running. So now I can make a little bit more money and get it out of here, because I know it'll be a hot seller. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button for me. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, as I like to resurrect a few things, or try to resurrect everything I can. But I like to destroy a lot too. So yeah, I guess I'll catch you all in the next one, and thanks for watching.